and I'm filming myself perform. It picks up the most of the band too. Is actually, I'll do the intro. Let's see. Let's put the car keys in myself. Huh? Get here. I'm gonna do the intro.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Essie and Sylvia Cuenca on drums, yes. And what am I playing? Does anybody know what kind of guitar I'm playing? Can anybody guess? Nobody at all? And nobody plays guitar here?
It's a Benedetto 7th Street.
It's a Benedetto what?
7th Street.
Oh, did I tell you that earlier though?
But I was in Denver. So.
Oh, you were at Denver?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you.
Yeah.
You have a mask on though now.
I had a mask on most of the time.
Oh. Oh wow! I met you in Denver.
We met in Denver.
Did you take my workshop too?
I did, yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you again. What's your name again?
Cameron.
Hey, everybody say hi to Cameron. I met him in Denver. Yes.
Yeah,
He came all the way from Denver. But where do you live actually?
I live in Portland, Oregon. Actually.
Wow! You came all the way down here to sing. Oh, I really appreciate that. I'm honored you. Thank you very much. Does anybody know what that song was called? Brandy, yeah. Yeah, so thank you very much. Listen, Roger, being in Harlem and Teaneck, though. I don't understand that. Yeah. Woo. Thank you for coming out, everybody. Alberto Garnett, Will Gorman, and Ron Jackson on the 7th string guitar. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. No more grease, It's Ron Jackson with Patches Jazz Guitar. I'm going to be showing you the minor pentatonic scale today. Once you're done with this video, you're going to be playing some cool licks. Please enjoy. The first minor pentatonic scale we're going to learn starts on the third position, which is your third fret of your first finger pressing on the third fret right here. And this scale, you have to really know where your root notes are. So the root notes, we're going to be starting in the key of C. Is going to be the fifth string on the third fret, using your first finger, or any finger you like, and then the fifth fret of the third string. So those are your roots. So it could be a C7 chord, a C minor 7 chord, or even a C major chord. You can play this over. Okay? So be conscious of your fingerings too. When I play this across the fingerboard, I'm going to be using certain finger numbers. So I'm going to start with this. On the sixth string, the position goes like this. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4. So those are the fingers you would use to play this minor pentatonic scale across the fingerboard. And go backwards too. Now always end on the root so you know what key you're in. Eventually, once you know the fingerings, you can use any finger. For now, be conscious of these fingerings I'm showing you. So that's the first position of the minor pentatonic that we're going to learn. Now the second fingering of the minor pentatonic scale starts on the fifth position, which is your first finger on the fifth fret, and your roots are going to be your first string on the eighth fret, third string on your fifth fret, and your sixth string on the eighth fret again. Okay, those are all C's. So you can actually play over a C chord, a C minor chord, or a C7 chord to play this scale, okay? Now be conscious of the fingerings on this one now. So you're going to use 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Those are your fingerings for that minor pentatonic position, the second one. And if you go across the fingerboard, it will look like this. Then backwards. I always end on the root, okay? Now the third fingering is starting on the eighth position, where your first finger is right here on the eighth position, and then you're going to actually play this fingering across. So actually you can use this kind of chord, the C chord, C7, a C major, or a C minor from this. And they all work, the minor pentatonic actually works on all of these three chords again. So the fingerings on this is 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. Okay? Then you could go backwards and do that. Now this is the most common fingering of the minor pentatonic. This one on the eighth position. Most guitarists know that one actually. Now the fourth one is a little bit trickier. This one starts on the 10th position, okay? And the root is on your first finger here. And then on the first finger of the fourth string on the 10th fret, and also on the 11th fret of the second string. Okay, and the fingering for this one is 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4. And then you do it backwards. Now the closest chord that you can actually play to this is a fourth string root C chord, or the C minor, or C minor 7. Okay. Now the last fingering, which is the fifth fingering, it starts actually on the 13th fret. Okay, and the root is actually on the 15th fret of the 5th string using your 3rd finger. So you can actually play a C7. It actually doubles like the C7 on the 1st position. Move it up to here now. And you can actually play this fingering down here too. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to play it right here. So we're going to start here, and the other root is on your 2nd string on the 13th fret. 15th fret of the 5th string, or the 13th fret of the 2nd string. So we're going to start this using 2, 4, and going up the neck like this, okay? 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, then 1, 4, we're going to skip a fret, and then 1, 3. So that's your fingering, then going backwards. I always end on the C. So those are your 5 minor pentatonic scales. Once you really learn this is really going to open up your improvisational skills on a lot of songs. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you very much. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm making the sheet music that accompanies the lesson free. Find the link in the description. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching my video, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and also turn on notifications. And if you really love my video, please support me by joining my Patreon and become a patron. That way you can get some cool lessons, some live lessons as well, cool perks, and you're going to have a great time in watching my videos as well. So please support me there, and I hope to see you on Patreon. here, being in Harlem and Teaneck, though. I don't understand that. Yeah. Woo. Thank you for coming out, everybody. Alberto Garnett, Will Gorman, and Ron Jackson on the 7th Street guitar. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. No more grease, Will. This is a song that I wrote for people who walk down the street in New York City, maybe even San Francisco. I think San Francisco could be just like that too. And someone's walking behind you, and what do you do usually? You walk fast. That could happen anywhere, though. Let me see. Here we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Does anybody know what that song was called? Brandy, yeah. So thank you very much. To make it a happy day, I'm going to be playing a song written by Pharrell called Happy, and this is my rendition. Thanks so much. Ron Jackson here, D'Angelico New York Premier XL Guitar. Try out the D'Angelico Premier XL. You won't be disappointed. Hey everyone, it's Ron Jackson, and I'm going to visit the Benedetto factory right now, the signature of jazz guitar. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to show you all kinds of cool things in this company and all the great guitars they're building, and the great Howard Paul showing me around. Thank you. Wow, the warm wood.
Right.
Warm. Wow.
Warm and dehumidified, so it's always curing it back here. So this is where we're storing our woods for our carved guitars, European maple backs, European and domestic spruce tops. Most of what we buy is quarter sawn, hook match, flame maple.
Wow.
And then cured for, decades in some cases.
Wow.
So these two pieces of wood are gonna be joined and then carved to make a back. Intense stuff.
Wow.
You wanna check out the
Wow,
way
heavy
you
stuff.
yeah.
Wow, it's amazing. It's great. Wow, this is great. It's amazing. So where do you get this wood? Is it American made or?
No, well, this is all from Europe.
Oh wow.
These are the same wood suppliers who supplied Stradivari, Guarneri, Morini. It's all the same forests in
Wow.
northern Italy, Germany.
So my guitar, which wood was it?
I can't
16B?
remember exactly. It's either for the 16Bs are either European or domestic. It depends on what the best wood we have available at the time is. If it's domestic, then it's big leaf maple from the Pacific Northwest, and Sitka spruce from the Pacific Northwest. And if it's European wood, it's just European wood. We don't know exactly where it's from. It's just we buy it from a purveyor. We're not buying from a specific forest.
So these woods are for which guitars?
All of our carved guitars.
Because mine's a carved guitar.
Yeah. So your wood would have come from this pile somewhere. You can
Exactly.
see some of it. I mean, we have dated up there from 1982, 1989. This material we bought in 2020.
Also, different.
95.
95.
So that's been there since 1982, or just?
Yeah, well, Bob purchased it in 1982. It didn't come here until 2006.
Wow, amazing.
This was from 2006.
So this is for every guitar, for every part of the guitar.
Yeah, I mean, the tops and the backs are all cured and carved. You can see material for the sides has already been cut.
Wow.
Ebony for the fingerboards, truss rods,
Everything.
face plates,
Wow.
tuning buttons, volume and tone controls, bridges, bridge saddles, are all made of ebony. So the only woods you see in most of our guitars are maple backsides and necks, spruce tops, and ebony.
It's amazing.
And then mahogany is for our chambered solid body electric guitars.
Oh, the shaper solid. Oh yeah, nice.
San Martino model.
Yeah.
And then we also make laminated guitars, and that's done with veneers. I'll show you.
Oh yeah.
This is build where we're making all the pieces and parts.
Wow. Amazing. So how many guitars do you produce a year?
Less than 100.
Less than 100? Less, wow.
I'd like to produce more than 100.
You like to produce more?
It's just, we can only make so many. It's all done by hand.
You only find
We got so many people.
and only to find certain people to do it. You can't find anybody to do it.
And then even if they're trained, they're not trained.
Yeah.
11 people.
11. Yeah, great.
This is Angela, the wood carver. So Bob's customers made this for him years ago. It's a duplicating router. So So we're taking those 2-foot match wedges, joining them together, clamping them in here after we pick the sanding, and then this whole table moves back and forth following this pattern. Flip this over, you got the concave side, and this is a Benedetto 16-inch, probably a 16B. Every model of the car that we make, Bob and craft of the templates. Wow. And then we also have CNC machine, which is the modern 21st version of the Angelo. And this is a 3-axis automatic tool changing CNC, and then our older rotated CNC. Computer numerically controlled router. So in this case, we're taking two pieces that have been glued together, and then we're beginning the carving process.
Wow.
Essentially, it's like 3D printing.
Eventually, we started with machines.
Oh, wow.
And then this area back here is we're building mostly laminated guitars. So right now you see this is a vacuum bag. It's vacuuming a set of sides to the curvature for our handy model. So that's actually running right now. These are solid sides, so this is what your 16B or Bravo would look like. So they're bending these by hand in one of these presses, and then adding the purfling and the neck block and the tail block.
Oh, wow.
And now
That's for the solid?
either laminated or solid
Yeah.
sides. And then our veneers, see here, are multiple layers of maple, spruce, poplar. Wow. This is what the side bending looks like.
Wow. This is a template.
Yeah, this is the template of it, and this is a little heating element.
Interesting.
With, that's covered with brass to make sure that the heat's dispersed completely.
Wow.
So there's one for the top, one for the bottom. We take a thin piece of wood, like you see over there, a set of sides, and insert them in here.
Wow.
And then the heat and a little bit of moisture softens the wood enough to bend.
Wow.
And then as it dries out, we remove it. We put them in a template like this.
Oh, yeah.
Fixture, and make sure it stays in that position until we move the neck block and the tail block, and then we can go with that. Wow. The whole back third of this shop is for building laminated bodies.
Which one's most popular, right?
No, not necessarily. It's kind of the three most popular guitars are the 16B, the Bravo Deluxe, and the Technical.
Yeah, the 16B. Oh, wow. I mean, that's of your car.
That's our car. That's the most popular guitar.
Yeah.
And we still make, Bravo Elites, Bambino Elites,
special
Manhattans, Fratellos. Well, everything here is a special.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's great.
So right now, Jonathan's working on a Bambino Deluxe. It's a very custom version because it's really highly flame maple all around, and a highly flame maple binding. So it's somebody's
Takes a year.
upcharge.
Takes a year to make these things.
Yeah, from the time we get an order until we can deliver it.
I didn't realize when I ordered my guitar, black is a hard color. I didn't know. I would have been maybe. But I love the colors.
I mean, you see everything.
Yeah, I know when it's black.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not going to be perfect after you get it, but it better be perfect when you get it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So back here, Steve is working on building necks from cutting out the pieces from lumber all the way through, attaching the face.
Wow.
shaping the neck, putting in the truss rod and the carbon fiber. Eventually, he's separately preparing fingerboards, binding the faceplate and headstock. Sending stuff back and forth to Colin, who's our CNC guy, to do the inlay work.
I only got this one.
Right.
But this
I mean, this is the Pat Martino. No, actually, that's not. That's a custom model. It's just somebody who. We don't do dots.
Yeah.
Dots used to be a sign of a really cheap guitar.
I know.
Right? No, harmonies.
Oh,
and
I
Sears
know.
And the cheap Gibsons.
No, these are fancy anyways.
And so this is just a little bit.
What's the inlay?
It's a floral. It's abalone, just like this.
Nice.
And
Beautiful.
then these are block inlays.
These are beautiful.
And then eventually, on that floor.
This is great. So the fret wire depends on the guitar. Is it all the same size?
It's all the same size. It's a medium jumbo unless somebody would request something interesting. And it's nickel fret wire.
Is that longer lasting?
It's just better sounding.
Oh, better sound. Everything's about sound.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, stainless steel will last longer, but it's harder on the strings.
Yeah.
It gives a thinner sound.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it also tears up.
My guitar has a big sound, man. I mean, like, I have those 14s on there.
Right.
Really big sound.
Really nice.
Not 600.
The girls like that one. The Benedetto has a beautiful
Bob's
sound.
old, original fixtures and changes.
Oh, I see a barbell there.
Yeah.
Just a weight.
Wait,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought someone was working out of this.
And then this is our finishing area. This is Larry. He's our master finisher.
Wow. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
Great.
Larry's hand sanding a Sinfonietta.
Oh, wow.
This
That's a high-end guitar.
Yeah, this is another tribute to Lloyd Lohr, 100th anniversary of
That's a lot of work.
L5.
Looks really
And so this is a $60,000 instrument.
And how long does it take you to finish that sand?
The sanding part is actually fairly short, 3 or 4 hours to do this particular sand. There are different sandings that occur at different stages and require a little bit different kind of an approach. This one is fairly quick, 3 or 4 hours. This is the very first sanding that it gets. Isn't that nice? And then the second sanding, usually about the same amount of time, maybe 4 or 5 hours, a little longer.
Wow.
Because it's a little bit finer grit sandpaper, but it's to get rid of any of the bumpiness, that kind of orange peel look that you have.
Wow.
And then I'm also, at the same time, I'm thoroughly inspecting bits of dust that may have gotten in there during the application of the
Well,
lacquer.
it's seriously like it's a lot.
Yeah,
Very good detail work. That's the word.
It's detailed. Not everybody lends themselves well to doing finish because it is very tedious.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
great.
what I work on here. It's
Nice.
yeah, it's very rewarding to be able to do this and see the final outcome.
It's amazing. The guitars are amazing.
So you
Yeah.
just finished building Ron's black 16B 7-string.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a great guitar. Great
love
finish on there. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. It's the best guitar I have.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Right?
Better say that.
And it's the best looking guitar you have, right? Yeah.
What's the best way to keep it nice and shiny and clean? Because I'm playing on the gig. I'm like,
Get yourself a little bottle of polish and some good polish.
what kind of polish? You're the master.
Yeah, Benedetto polish.
You have that enough? Oh.
Sure. Yeah. You can
Okay.
We'll give you a bottle to take home with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drink it.
And you know it's funny you would
That's
say
even better because that way when you're sweating, you're sweating polish, right?
There you go.
Shiny.
And
Nice meeting you.
yeah, nice to meet
Okay.
you.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, so yeah, you've got Benedetto and Heritage.
Yeah.
So this is a 16B.
Oh.
You can tell because of the two-piece back.
Yeah.
That's what yours look like before.
Well, so some guitars are full back, like one piece of wood, or all the guitars are two pieces?
Almost all are two pieces.
Yeah. Why is that though? Because it's hard to put one big piece of wood.
The trees are only this wide.
Oh.
So the bigger the tree, the
Can't use like a big redwood? No, no, no.
It's
You
more
could.
fragile.
I wonder how those guitars sound.
Yeah, no, they're mostly two-piece backs, and that's because the flame only goes through a certain part of the tree, and so in the middle you're not using the center of the tree because it grows really fast, right? It's not strong enough,
Oh, interesting.
and then you're not using the bark of the tree because it's bark or it's been attacked by insects or birds or.
Interesting.
So you have to take only enough of the wood that looks aesthetically pleasing, strong enough.
Wow.
And so in order to make a 16 or 17 inch guitar,
You need a lot of wood.
you're using two 14-inch wide pieces.
Wow.
Joining them and then cutting them into a guitar shape.
I never knew it was so detailed like that.
Laminated guitars, on the other hand, are peeled, so they're a flat sheet of wood, so they're almost always one piece.
Interesting.
So that's how you can tell the difference between.
I think there's a big sound difference too, isn't there?
There is.
You know?
Well, for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
And then some exotic woods.
Oh wow. Which ones are these?
That's a Bambino Elite. It's a carved guitar.
Uh-huh. It's a small
and-
little thing.
Yeah, and that's got zebra wood. That's not, we would normally make that out of maple.
Hmm. Oh, was this special order or something?
Yeah.
Oh, zebra wood. Is it? Is it hi.
Safe to go in there, or just finish spraying, or?
It's good, I think.
Yeah, you go in there.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't get gas today.
This is the
I'm not
fun
worried
part.
about you. I'm worried about the guitar.
Ooh. That's a good point.
I'm worried about dust in there.
Oh yeah.
It's okay to breathe in there.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
So if you pull that close behind you when we're going in.
What was that?
And then Larry mixes all these colors every time he sprays.
Wow. I reckon it's the final spraying, man.
And so right now, John, who's the young guy working on it with Larry, is in training, so he's learning how to spray these instruments.
That was that.
Yeah, it's gassing off a little bit. It's under pressure. So these are all guitars in various stages of
Finish.
completion, and you can always tell where they are when you look at the masking tape over the fingerboard. It tells us how many times you spray.
That's amazing, man. These are all different kinds of ones. Wow. This looks almost done. These are great. So those are the months that they're up here, or how long?
What's that?
How long do they?
It takes about 2 months in here, but it depends on. So what you're seeing here is he's sprayed 4 coats on it
So the one on the far right.
over a period of a week, and then he's sanded it when he's going out there. Then he's put 4 more coats on it, and then he's sanded it, and then he put 5 more top coats on it.
Wow, it's a lot.
Right.
Yes.
And then he realized there was something in there that he needed to go back and correct, so he went back and redid the whole thing, sanded it flat, and went back and redid it.
Oh my God. No wonder it takes so long.
That's why it takes so long.
But you guys are meticulous. So.
They gotta be
You're
right.
making the best guitars in the country. In the world.
That's what it takes.
Yeah. You want the best.
Like I said, you did really well
It's amazing.
with the solid color on the center of the olive verse and on the violin verse. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe the Asian national.
Ooh, I'm getting more high.
How do you think Larry feels after? And then this is Damon Milan's office. He's our master luthier.
Oh, really?
He's the new Bob Benedetto. He apprenticed under Bob when he first got here in 2006. And then Bob eventually handed the reins off to him when he retired. So he's the man.
He's a master luthier. Okay.
Yeah, so he's a guy making the carved guitars.
Oh, wow. So he worked on mine, obviously.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
I mean, other people contributed to it. They, you know, he's not making every piece of the car, but he's the guy carving the.
He's
tops and
oversees
backs.
everything.
Yeah, and he's also hand graduating the instruments.
Wow.
This is buffing in here. So the building's in here. This is kind of that, you know, really meticulous process. After the finish is on there and cured, then it's got to be hand rubbed and put on a buffing wheel.
Wow. Wow. It's amazing. The last time I was in a factory was in Bulgaria for a company called Cremona. Have you heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
They had like hundreds of workers, like floors and floors, but it's not the same kind of guitars.
Right.
It was like completely different.
Well, that's the difference.
Yeah, yeah. They were like more manufacturing.
Right. These guys have very specialized jobs.
Yeah.
And they're also all guitar players.
Oh,
Guitar
That's good.
So they know what they're supposed to sound and feel like.
that's good. I read Guitar Player magazines. You guys.
And this is final assembly in here. And so this is where bridges and tail pieces, tuners.
Wow. Oh, they're all
strings,
attached.
That's where everything gets put on a finished guitar. So you see a couple guitars here that are just waiting for assembly.
That's the.
That's our Andy model.
That's like a tiny guitar. That's the one for like to carry on the plane, like to really.
Right. It's a 3/4 size, but it sounds like full size because when you plug it in, you can't tell the difference.
Wow. That could be a come in hand. That could come in Andy one day. Andy. Yeah, I mean that's a good name for it though. Andy.
That's right. So it's named after my son.
Oh really?
Yeah. And so this is all for making bridges, tail pieces, you know, truss rod covers, you know, your wiring harnesses, of course, Benedetto.
Those are the
Pickups.
Seymour Duncan.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I get them directly from Seymour. Those are great pickups.
Yeah.
This is amazing, man. A lot involved here.
Yeah. And then next door,
Oh, that's the
master booth here. And so here he's carving tops and backs and building out necks and bodies, and
Oh wow.
these are for all the carved higher end guitars.
Wow.
These are Bob's original workbenches from 1968.
And so Bob worked here for a while.
Oh yeah, he moved here in 2006, and he retired in 2014.
Oh, I didn't know it was that long. It was that
Yeah.
short of a time ago. He's only been retired for 8 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he still does some stuff for us, but he does it from his home workshop.
These are Bambino.
No, these are all Andy gig bags. We had to order a lot of them to get them made because it's a unique case. So
Oh.
it's just the bags for the guitars, and then these are all.
These aren't the high-end Carlton cases.
No, those are the Bravo and Bravo Deluxe.
Oh.
All the laminated guitars.
Oh. You have to get a special case for the other ones. Yeah.
And this is all packing and shipping.
Wow.
And we're back in my office.
In the middle of all.
Right.
Man, thank you for showing this, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Really amazing.
Happy to do it.
This is amazing. Like I've never thought it was like this. Hey everyone, it's Ron Jackson, and I'm going to visit the Benedetto factory right now, the signature of jazz guitar. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to show you all kinds of cool things in this company and all the great guitars they're building, and the great Howard Paul showing me around things.
Warm and dehumidified, so it's always curing it back here. So this is where we're storing our woods for our carved guitars, European maple backs, European and domestic spruce tops. Mostly what we buy is quarter sawn, foot match, flame maple.
Wow.
And it cured for, decades in some cases.
Wow.
So these two pieces of wood are gonna be joined and then carved to make it back. Good stuff. Wow. Check out the
Great stuff, man. Wow, it's amazing. Wow, this is great. It's amazing. So where do you get this wood? Is it American made or?
No, well, this is all from Europe.
Oh wow.
These are the same wood suppliers who supplied Stradivari, Guarneri, Marini. It's all the same
wow.
forests in northern Italy, Germany.
So my guitar, which wood was it?
I can't remember exactly. It's either for the 16Bs they're either European or domestic. It depends on what the best wood we have available at the time is. If it's domestic, then it's big leaf maple from the Pacific Northwest and Sitka spruce from the Pacific Northwest. And if it's European wood, it's just European wood. We don't know exactly where it's from. It's just we buy it from a purveyor. We're not buying from a specific forest.
So these woods are for which guitars?
All of our carved guitars.
Because mine's a carved guitar.
Yeah. So your wood would come from this pile somewhere. You can see some of it. I mean, we have dated up there from 1982, 1989. This material we bought in 2020.
Also, different.
95.
95.
So that's been there since 1982, or just?
Yeah, well, it was Bob purchased it in 1982. It's been here until 2006.
Wow. So this is for every guitar, every part of the guitar.
Yeah, I mean, the tops and the backs are all cured and carved. You can see material for the sides has already been cut. Ebony for the fingerboards, truss rods, everything's plates, tuning buttons, volume and tone controls, bridges, bridge saddles, all in it. The only woods you see in most of our guitars are maple backsides and back, spruce tops, and ebony. And then mahogany is for our chambered solid body electric guitars.
shapers. Oh yeah, nice.
That Marquino model.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we also make laminated guitars that's done with veneers. I'll show you.
Oh yeah.
This is we're making all pieces and parts.
Wow. Amazing. So how many guitars do you produce a year?
Less than 100.
Less. Wow.
I'd like to produce more than 100.
You like to produce more?
It's just, we can only make so many. It's all done by hand.
You only got
We got so many people.
and only to buy certain people to do it. You can't find anybody to do it. Yeah, great.
This is Angela, the wood carver. Bob's customers made this for him years ago. It's a duplicating router. So we're taking those two foot match wedges, joining them together, clamping them in here after we pick the sand, and then this whole table moves back and forth following this pattern. Put this over, the concave side, and this is a Benedetto 16-inch, probably a 16-penny. Every model of guitar that we make is Bob and craft of the companies. Wow. Then we also have a CNC machine. This is the modern 21st version of the Angelo. And this is a 3-axis automatic tool changing CNC. And then our older dedicated CNC. Computer numerically controlled router. So, in this case, we're taking two pieces that have been glued together, and then we're beginning the carving process.
Wow.
Essentially, it's like 3D printing.
Eventually, we started the machine.
Oh wow.
And then this area back here is we're building mostly laminated guitars. So right now you see this is a vacuum bag. It's vacuuming a set of sides to the curvature for our Andy model. So that's actually running right now. Solid sides, so this is what your 16-gear Bravo would look like. So they're bending these by hand into these presses, and then adding the purfling and the neck plug and the tail.
Oh wow.
And now
That's for the sound.
either laminated or solid.
Yeah.
Sides. And then our veneers here are multiple layers of maple screws. Wow. This is what the side painting looks like. Wow.
This is a template.
Yeah, this is the template of it, and then this is a little heating element.
Interesting.
With that's covered with brass to make sure that the heat's dispersed completely. So there's one for the top, one for the bottom. We take a thin piece of wood, like you see over there, a set of sides, and insert them in here. And then the heat and a little bit of moisture softens the wood enough to bend. And then as it dries out, we remove it. We remove it in a template like this.
Oh yeah.
Fixture, and make sure it stays in that position until we hang it up in the tail block. The whole back third of this shop is for building laminated products.
Which one's most popular?
No, not necessarily. It's kind of the three most popular guitars are the 16B, the Bravo Deluxe, and the Penguin.
Yeah, the 16B. Oh wow. I mean that's of your car.
That's our car. That's the most popular guitar.
Yeah.
And we still make, Bravo Elites, Bambino
There's
Elites,
special order.
Manhattans, Fratellos, well, everything here is a special.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. great.
So right now, Jonathan's working on a Bambino Deluxe. It's a very custom version because it's really highly flame maple all around and a highly flame maple binding. So it's somebody's
Takes a year.
upcharge.
Takes a year to make these things.
Yeah, from the time we get an order until we deliver.
I didn't realize that black is a hard color. I didn't know. Maybe, but I love the color.
See everything.
Yeah, I know when it's black.
And it's not going to be perfect after you get it, but it better be perfect when you get it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's back here. Steve was working on building necks from cutting out the pieces from lumber all the way through, attaching the face, shaping the neck, putting in the truss rod and the carbon fiber. Eventually, he's separately preparing fingerboards, binding the faceplate and the headstock, sending stuff back and forth to Colin, who's our CNC guy, to do the inlay work.
I only
slot the
got
threads.
this one. Right. But these are, this is a fancier model.
yeah, I mean, this is a Pat Martino. No, actually, it's not. That's a custom model. It's just somebody who, we don't do dots.
Yeah.
Dots used to be a sign of a really cheap guitar.
I know.
Right? Harmonies,
Oh,
and
I
Sears,
know.
and the cheap Gibsons.
No, these are fancier.
And so this is just a little bit.
What's the name of it?
It's a floral. It's abalone, just
Oh,
like this.
nice.
And then
Beautiful.
these are block inlays.
These are beautiful.
And then eventually.
This is great. Wow. So the fret wire depends on the guitar. Is it all the same size?
It's all the same size. It's a medium jumbo unless somebody would request something interesting. And it's nickel fret wire.
Is that longer lasting?
It's better sounding,
Oh, better sound. Everything's about sound.
right?
Yeah.
Stainless steel will last longer, but it's harder on the strings.
Yeah.
It gives a thinner sound.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
it
also tears up.
my guitar has a big sound, man. I have those 14s on there. It's
Right.
really big sound.
Very nice.
Lots of corn.
The girls like that one. The Benedetto has a beautiful
Bob's
sound.
old, original 15-inch.
Oh, I see a barbell there.
Yeah, girl.
Just the weight.
Wait,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought I was working out over there.
And then this is our finishing area. This is Larry. He's a master finisher.
Wow.
Larry's hand sanding a Sinfonietta.
Oh, wow, that's a high-end.
Yeah, this is another tribute to Lloyd Moore, 100th anniversary of
That's a lot of work.
L5. So this is a $60,000 instrument.
And how long does it take you to finish this?
The sanding part is actually fairly short, 3 or 4 hours to do this particular sand. There are different sandings that occur at different stages and where different kind of approach. This one is fairly quick, 3 or 4 hours. This is the very first sanding that it gets. And then the second sanding, usually about the same amount of time, maybe 4 or 5 hours, a little longer.
Wow.
Because it's a little bit finer grit than sandpaper, but it's to get rid of any of the bumpiness, that kind of orange peel look that you have.
Wow.
And then I'm also, at the same time, I'm thoroughly inspecting bits of dust that may have gotten in there during the application.
Seems like a lot of work. It's a lot
Yeah,
of very detailed work. That's what.
It's detailed. Not everybody lends themselves well to doing finish because it is very tedious.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love what I work on here.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
yeah, it's very rewarding to be able to do this and see the final
It's amazing. The guitars are amazing.
So you just finished building Ron's black 16B 7 string.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a great guitar. Great finish on there. I love it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's the best guitar I have.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Never say
And the
that.
best, and it's the best looking guitar you have, right? Yeah.
What's the best way to keep it? Because I'm playing on the gig, you're like,
Get yourself a little polish.
what kind of polish? See that? You're the master.
Yeah, Benedetto polish.
You have that? Oh,
Sure, yeah. You can,
okay.
We'll give you a bottle, take it on.
yeah,
I'm gonna drink it.
and you know it's funny you would
That's
say
even better, because that way when you're sweating, it's sweating polish, right?
There you go.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, so yeah, you've got Benedetto and Heritage.
Yeah.
So this is a 16B.
Oh.
You can tell because of the two-piece back.
Yeah.
But here's the plate for...
Well, so some guitars are full back, like one piece of wood, or all the guitars?
Almost all are two-piece.
Yeah. Why is that? Because it's hard to put one big piece of wood in.
The trees are only this wide. So
Oh.
the bigger the tree, the more...
Can't use like a big redwood? No, no, no.
It's more
good.
fragile.
I wonder how those guitars sound.
Yeah, no, they're mostly two-piece backs, and that's because the flame only goes through a certain part of the tree, and so in the middle you're not using the center of the tree because it grows really fast, right? It's not strong enough,
Oh, interesting.
and then you're not using the bark of the tree because it's bark or it's been attacked by insects or birds or.
Interesting.
So you have to take only enough of the wood that looks aesthetically pleasing, strong enough.
Wow.
And so in order to make a 16 or 17 inch guitar,
You need a lot of wood.
you're using two 14-inch wide pieces.
Wow.
Joining them and then cutting it over guitar shape.
I never knew it was so detailed like that.
Laminated guitars, on the other hand, are peeled, so they're a flat sheet of wood, so they're almost always one piece. So that's how you can tell the difference between.
I think there's a big sound difference too, isn't
There is, for a lot of different reasons.
there? Yeah.
And then some exotic woods.
Oh wow. Which one's yours?
That's a Bambino wood. It's all of our guitar.
It's a small little.
Yeah, and that's got zebra wood. You would normally make that out of maple.
Oh, what's the special one?
Yeah.
Oh, zebra wood.
Safe to go in there, or just finish spraying? Or?
It's good.
Yeah, you are.
We don't get gas.
This is the
I'm not
fun
worried
part.
about you, I'm worried about the guitar.
Ooh. That's a good point.
I'm worried about dust in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay to breathe in there.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
So if you pull that close behind you. Larry mixes all these colors every time he sprays. So right now, John, who's the young guy working on Larry, is in training, so he's learning how to spray these instruments.
That was that.
Yeah, it's gassing off a little bit. It's kind of refreshing. So these are all the various stages of completion and almost cover where they are. Masking table, very
These are all, this is almost up. These are great. So those are the months they've been up here, or how long
Was that?
How long do they use?
It takes about 2 months in here, but it depends on, so what you're seeing here is he's sprayed 4 coats on it
So the one on the far right.
over a period of a week, and then he sanded it when he's going up there, then he put 4 more coats on it, and then he sanded it, and then he put 5 more top coats on it.
Wow, it's a lot. Huh?
Right. And then he realized there was something in there that he needed to go back and correct, so he went back and redid the whole thing, sanded it flat, went back and redid it.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if it takes so long.
That's why it takes so long.
But you guys are meticulous. So.
They gotta be
Make
right.
the best guitars in the country. In the world.
That's what it takes.
Yeah. You want the best.
It's amazing. The sound, color, and the sound.
Yeah.
Maybe the Asian
Ooh, okay.
How do you think Larry feels after that? This is Damon Miles' office. He's our master luthier.
Oh, really?
He's the Bob Benedetto. He apprentice under Bob when he first got here in 2006. And then Bob eventually handed the reins off to him when he retired. So he's the man.
He's a master luthier. Okay.
Yeah, so he's the guy making the carved guitars.
Oh, wow. So he worked on mine, obviously.
Yes. Other people contributed to it. He's not making every piece of guitar, but he's the guy carving it.
He's oversees everything.
Yeah, and he's also hand graduated. Buffing here. Kind of that, really meticulous process. After the finish is on there and cured, then it's got to be hand rubbed and put on a buffing
Last time I was in a factory was in Bulgaria. A company called Pomona. Have you heard of them? They had like hundreds of workers, like floors and floors, but it's not the same kind of job. Right. It was like completely different.
Well, that's the difference.
Yeah. They were like more manufacturing.
Right. These guys have very specialized jobs.
Yeah.
And they're also all guitar players.
Oh,
Guitar
that's good.
players. So they know what they're supposed to sound and feel like.
That's good. I read guitar player magazines. Yes.
And then this is final assembly here. So this is where bridges and tail pieces, tuners. Wow.
Oh, they're all attached?
That's where everything gets put on a finished guitar. So you can see a couple guitars here that are just waiting for assembly. That's our Andy model.
That's like a tiny guitar. That's the one for like to carry on the plane, like really.
Right. It's a 3/4 size, but it sounds like full size. You plug it in, you can't.
That could come in Andy one day. Andy. Yeah, I mean, that's a good name for it, though. Andy.
That's right. It's named after my son.
Oh, really?
And so this is all for making bridges, tail pieces, truss rod covers, wiring harnesses, of course, Benedetto.
Those are the Seymour Duncan?
Yep.
Yeah. Because I get them directly from Seymour. Those are great pickups.
Yeah.
This is amazing, man. A lot involved.
Yeah. And then next door,
Oh, that's the master wood here.
and so here he's carving tops and backs and building out necks and bodies and
Oh, wow.
for all the carved high-riding.
Wow.
Bob's original workbenches from 1968.
So Bob worked here for a while?
Oh yeah, he moved here in 2006 and he retired in 2014.
Oh, I didn't know it was that long. Was that short of a time? He's only been retired for 8 years?
Yeah,
Wow.
and he still does some stuff for us. He does it for his own workshop.
These are Bambinos, is it?
Now these are all Andy gig bags.
Oh.
Just bags these are all.
These are the high-end coffee pieces. Oh.
All laminated.
Oh. You had to get a special case for the other ones. Yeah.
This is all packaged and shipping. Back to my office.
In the middle of all. Thank you for showing us.
Yeah.
is amazing. Like, I've never thought it was like this.